when archaeologists unearthed an ancient Thracian tomb. Inside lay a remarkably well-preserved relic. Near the village of Karanovo in southeastern Bulgaria, archaeologists are excavating an ancient burial mound. Around 1800 years ago, a great man was laid to rest there, and now the secrets of his grave are being revealed. What's more, as the researchers dig through the earth, they discover an incredible relic that's remained untouched for centuries. Before we begin, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell for more amazing videos. Thousands of years ago, an ancient people lived in the region now occupied by portions of Turkey, Greece, Romania, Macedonia, and Bulgaria. The people were referred to as the Thracians, and their first known mention is in Homer's The Iliad, which notes them as having been allied with Troy during the Trojan War. Over time, the Thracians spread out across much of southeastern Europe, and although in the 1st century AD the people eventually came under the Roman control, they remained a powerful, formidable force. Mystery, however, still shrouds their history. Because the Thracians left no written records behind, little is known about them, you see. Apparently they were a warlike people who were considered to be barbarians by the inhabitants of ancient Greece and Rome. Sometimes characterized by the Greeks as having red hair and blue eyes, they were also known as skilled horsemen who went into battle armed with javelins. Yet it seems that such warrior-like traits were not enough. Over the centuries, Thracian territory was subjected to numerous invasions by everyone from the ancient Macedonians to the Huns. Gradually then, the tribes began to lose their distinct language and traditions, and the last remnants of the Thracians were eventually assimilated into the Slavic culture during the 6th century AD. For almost 1500 years, Thracian culture was then largely forgotten. However, in the 20th century, archaeologists began excavating sites located where the ancient people had once roamed, mostly in the south of what is now Bulgaria. And amazingly, in 1922, researchers apparently identified more than 6,000 necropolises, or cemeteries, across the country. Then later that century, archaeologists uncovered various former settlements and burial sites that had been built by the Thracians. Among them were the tomb of Shvestari, a 3rd century BC tomb constructed by the Get tribe that was unearthed in 1982, and Suthopolis, a city established by a Thracian king in the 4th century BC. Yet it wasn't just ancient sites that the archaeologists found scattered across Bulgaria. The researchers also uncovered priceless artifacts dating from the 4th and 5th centuries BC. In particular, they found intricate treasure sets fashioned from silver and gold, and these historical objects have since traveled the world as part of museum displays. However, a more recent discovery has proven arguably even more astounding. In October 2008, experts from the Nova Zagora Historical Museum in Bulgaria were excavating near the village of Karanovo. It seems, you see, that there was once a Thracian settlement in the area, and head archaeologist Veselin Ignatov hoped to learn more about the mysterious ancient people. At a site known as the Istochna Mogila Archaeological Complex, Ignatova and his team were working on a mound that had once been part of a Thracian necropolis. And in one tomb they discovered something incredible: the impressively intact remains of an ancient chariot that's believed to have been constructed 1800 years ago. What's more, just 2 months earlier, archaeologists had made another astonishing discovery. Yes, while working some 1,500 miles away in the village of Borisovo, the team had unearthed an amazingly preserved 1,900-year-old Thracian chariot from a different tomb. At the time, Daniela Argra from the Bulgarian Academy of Sciences claimed that it was the first such relic ever to be found in the country. The chariot discovered near Karanovo was crafted from wood, with wheels reaching some 4 feet across. But it was the decoration of the ancient vehicle that really seemed to impress Ignatov. Remarkably, you see, it was found to be covered in bronze and adorned with images from Thracian legend. Among the scenes depicted are a panther mid-jump and a mythical creature that appears to be a big cat-dolphin hybrid. What's more, the discovery and the other ancient objects that had been found led Ignatov and his team to conclude that the tomb had belonged to an important member of Thracian society. The lavishly ornamented 4-wheel chariot dates back to the end of the 2nd century AD, Ignatov told the Associated Press, And interestingly, the archaeologists additionally recovered leather and wooden items, also in a remarkable state of preservation, from the ancient tomb. Some of the artifacts are thought to have been used as harnesses for horses, perhaps the very creatures that once pulled the chariot, and the remains of a number of those same animals were also recovered near the site of the tomb. Such discoveries have then undoubtedly accelerated interest in archaeology in Bulgaria. Yet even so, researchers in the region have faced tough challenges over the years. Lead archaeologist Ignatov told the Daily Mail that important sites across Bulgaria have been plagued by looters who often smuggle the priceless artifacts abroad. The robbers, in fact, frequently ransack historical locations before experts can get a handle on what's there. Indeed, sometimes the criminals even have a head start on archaeologists on the ground. We are in an uneven race with looters who are often better equipped than our teams, Ignatov told the British newspaper. And although his team received the equivalent of around $12,500 from Bulgaria's culture ministry to complete the excavation of Karanovo, it remains an uphill struggle for them. Ignatov explained to the Daily Mail that as many as 90% of the region's tombs have been damaged or ruined by looters over the years. Yet that hasn't stopped him and his team from making more exciting discoveries at Karanovo. For instance, in 2009 they uncovered a tomb filled with valuable artifacts that are thought to have belonged to a member of a great Thracian dynasty. And that same year, Ignatov stumbled upon another find, this time buried in the collections of Nova Zagora's historical museum. Specifically, he discovered an illustrated plate that had once been attached to yet another Thracian chariot, this one decorated with mythical figures such as Heracles and Medusa. And according to experts, the artifact is a one-of-a-kind. Meanwhile, keen to support the work of archaeologists such as Ignatov, the United Bulgarian Bank decided to lend a hand. Yes, the bank helped finance a weatherproof structure placed around the Istocha Mogila archaeological complex, allowing excavations to continue in adverse conditions. And hopefully such measures will give experts the upper hand in the race to preserve ancient treasures for future generations.